All right, back we are again. A little commercial break. I would like to share two things with you. If you really love baby socks and want to make baby socks, you need to buy wool specifically for babies. So you cannot use any other kind of wool you find in the store and use that for baby socks. You have to buy the special set aside baby sock wool. I have not really found baby sock wool in the big stores, but if you go to the little knitting stores, knitting wool stores that you might have in your area, ask them if they have baby sock wool and use that. You use 36 stitches, believe it or not. Considering the sock we're working on is 30 stitches, you do need 36 stitches for baby socks. The same method as what we're doing on the video. And if you want to continue working with baby socks and make them, do get my book. I talked about it in my book. It's very plain and simple. You can make a pair of socks really fast and they're so cute. The other thing I want to show you is the metal needle. I'm making a sock here with it from the toe up actually, but I'm using a metal needle. My husband drilled a hole in it for me. I'm putting this string on and I'm using this needle. The thing with the bamboo needles is they come in smaller sizes, like size 2, 2.5. And I started out making a pair of socks with that size needle for, I think, that brown pair of socks that you saw with the variegated self-patterning wool. And I filed down the edge a little bit. I drilled in a hole, put the string in, started nooking. At some point though, this part on a very thin bamboo needle weakens, or it's already weakened really if you think about it, right? And it snapped. And I was not a very happy nooker. I had to abandon making that sock at that time because I could not continue. That's when I decided, I wondered actually if it was possible to make socks with metal needles and if it works or not. So yes, this is a 3.5, but I do have needles that are 2 and 2.5. Very delicate work putting a hole in the end of the sock, and my husband happened to do that for me. You cannot file these metal needles down to make it a nice tapered edge. That's the one drawback, and it's a little bit harder when you initially start with your socks, especially when you have to cast on your stitches and slide them off onto your string. But once you do that the first time, there's no problem. So that's the only glitch to using a metal needle, but otherwise it works just as good, as you can tell. So that's the commercial. I finished turning the heel on my sock. Let's turn this over. And if you finished as well, there's two things you notice. The one thing is, this is where my increases are, decreases I have to say, and it's on a diagonal, see that? And the other thing that happens when you do so, you automatically turn your heel. So there, we can almost put it on. On this side, same thing, here's your diagonal, of course your heel is shaped there. So now all you need to do is to continue nooking around and around and around and around and keep going until you get to the length of the foot you want it to be. If this sock is for you, continue, put it on. When the edge of what you have nooked for your sock comes to your toe, you know how our toes have the little indentations. When it gets to there, stop, and then we'll go to the next video clip on that, okay? So right now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go around and around, and then we'll meet again.